Yo, what's up guys? In today's video I got a bunch of Chicago Bulls NBA draft news and rumors. The NBA draft is about 3 weeks away, so for the next few weeks I'm going to be talking about a bunch of draft prospects, news, rumors, workout updates, interviews, and everything like that. So before I jump into today's video, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Also leave a quick like below today's video. It takes a second and helps me out a lot. And some comments and questions below today's video talking about all the news and rumors I'm about to jump into. And like I just said, mark your calendars. The NBA draft is coming up quick. The official date for the draft is June 23rd. Also, check out my last video if you guys missed it. I was giving a bunch of updates. Patrick Williams was seen in the gym just the other day. I was talking about some free agent targets for the Chicago Bulls in this upcoming offseason and a bunch of offseason key dates that you guys need to know. But either way, let's just jump right into today's video, because this tweet did come out just the other day from Daniel Greenberg, and he's always covering all Chicago Bulls news and rumors. And in the tweet he did put out just the other day, he did say the Chicago Bulls are showing interest in draft prospect Kai Sotto, and they are working on bringing him in for a workout. You know, Sotto is a 7'2" center, and he played basketball overseas in the Australian NBL. I know there's been a lot of Bulls fans in my comments section for the past few weeks now really wanting the Bulls to target him, you know, interview him, work him out, and possibly draft him in this upcoming draft. And let me just first off say, Kai is definitely a very interesting draft prospect. You know, he is a 7'2" center. He plays overseas. He also does weigh 240 pounds. And before I break down his game and give my opinion on him, definitely leave some comments and questions below today's video about the Bulls being interested in drafting him. You know, like I just said, he's a very interesting prospect. He has shown marked improvement in his frame over the past couple of seasons. He's been focused on basketball all his life pretty much, and it shows because he's a very skilled big man with really good passing and just great understanding of the game. You know, the only thing that really hurts Kai, you know, he's not the most agile big man, which, I mean, I don't blame him. He is 7'2". He does weigh 240 pounds. So he'll definitely have to rely more on his great height and basketball instincts. He'll also have to develop his lower body strength and work on his agility and foot speed to really be able to defend in the NBA level. And the main thing that I've really been focused on and interested in, obviously other than his draft profile and everything like that, he is projected in almost every NBA mock draft to be a second-round draft pick in this upcoming draft. I know there's been some rumors about the Bulls possibly trading up, trading back, or even buying a second-rounder. And in my opinion right now, I expect the Bulls to just keep the 18th overall draft pick and draft best, I'd say, talent available. And say a prospect does fall into the second round, it wouldn't surprise me if the Bulls did buy a second rounder. I plan to make a future video really talking about that, but recently I have seen some rumors come out talking about that whole rumor and subject. But either way, like I said, he did play basketball overseas for this past year, and let me just say, Kai is more of a project. He kind of reminds me of a just bigger version of Marko right now. His game is definitely kind of interesting, but I don't know if the Bulls really need another project on this roster. I mean, overseas for this past season, he did play 23 games. He really didn't play that much in those games. He only averaged about 15 minutes per game. And in those 15 minutes, he only did average about 8 points per game, 1 block, about a steal, about 5 total rebounds, also shooting about 51% from the field and about 39% from three-point range. Like I said, his name and his whole draft prospect, his fit with the Bulls is definitely an interesting, I'd say, draft prospect. I believe he's mainly a project in the NBA. I mean, this is, like, I'd say a typical AK guy. Say the Bulls do buy a second rounder for him. It wouldn't surprise me if the Bulls do buy a second rounder in this draft and draft him, but I don't know as of right now. His game is kind of up in the air, is more of a project. I don't know if the Bulls really have time for that. I don't know. It's definitely interesting. Leave some comments and questions below to this video about that first draft prospect. And the second draft prospect in today's video that I'm going to talk about and break down his game is Tari Eason. You know, I feel like there's been so many articles linking him to the Chicago Bulls. I mean, the Chicago Bulls have a busy offseason coming up. I mean, I know AK was just talking to the media the other day, and he made a pretty big quote. I plan to make a future video talking about that as well. But, you know, the Chicago Bulls really can't do anything with Zach LaVine until the offseason officially starts. But over the past couple weeks, both ESPN and The Athletic have put out many mock drafts, and a lot of those drafts have the Chicago Bulls taking LSU's forward Tari Eason with the 18th overall draft pick. And both ESPN and The Athletic have pretty much just listed his defensive versatility as the reason why the Chicago Bulls should take him. And let me just say, I really like Tari Eason. I believe he'd be a great fit on this roster. And they did put out this quote, and he is one of the more productive players in this upcoming draft class. He's a 6'8 forward who averaged 17 points per game, nearly 7 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block while shooting 52% from the field and 36% from three-point range. The only con of his game right now is his jumper. It does look a bit messy, but other than that, that can definitely get worked on and improved. I mean, look at Lonzo Ball. His jump shot was hideous when he got drafted into the league, and now he's probably one of the best three-point shooters in the league when he is healthy. And, Tari is also not a terrific playmaker for others, but he is defensively probably one of the best defensive players in this upcoming draft. And I'd say there are a few prospects in this upcoming draft with more potential to guarding a bunch of players. Like I said, he's very versatile. He can guard multiple positions on the court. And I believe he'd fit right in with the Bulls' scheme on the defense and offensive side of the basketball that they're running. I mean, the Bulls already have a really good set of perimeter defenders like Alex Caruso and Lonzo Ball that could really help him and help him fit in. And let's be honest, especially nowadays in the NBA, you could always use another small forward who can help defend the basketball and who could guard many positions, which I believe the Bulls did lack this past season, with Patrick Williams missing most of the season with a wrist injury. And it's kind of funny that I just said that and brought up Patrick Williams because in a lot of NBA draft scouting reports, they do compare him to OG Anunoby and Patrick Williams with less shooting, so that's kind of funny. And speaking of Patrick Williams, I like his game a lot. Definitely check out my last video. I gave a bunch of updates on his game and everything like that, but it wouldn't hurt, I feel like, for the Chicago Bulls to have another Patrick Williams on this roster coming off the bench. I mean, Tari is expected to be a late draft pick to a mid first round draft pick in this upcoming draft. And like I just said, he's very versatile, a 6'8 combo forward with length, athleticism, and versatility. He can do a bit of everything on both sides of the court. He's a very versatile defender who can guard anywhere from the 1 to the 4, maybe even small ball 5s in the NBA. And on the offensive side of the basketball, he's just very solid at everything. I do believe he needs to work on his three-point shot and his jumper, but other than that, he also measured in with an impressive 7'2 wingspan at the NBA Draft Combine, and he also had the biggest hands of any player measured. I feel like a lot of his game and a lot of these stats coming out really do remind me of Patrick Williams. Let me know your take on both these prospects below today's video. If you guys believe the Bulls should buy a second round draft pick, I'll probably make a future video in the upcoming days talking about that and breaking down that topic. But either way, thank you guys for all the love on the channel and the past few videos. I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Have a good one.